Hi, I'm Bree Mealy from Savag Public Relations, and I'm here today with Craig Brand, a real estate agent at Berkshire Hathaway. Thanks for joining us, Craig.
Thank you. Nice to be invited.
So to start, say 4 or 5 years ago, did you ever imagine that you'd be doing adaptive reuse?
No, I don't think adaptive reuse was even a term used at that time, but a lot of it is like a perfect storm, if you will. The McMansion that was here 4 and 5 years ago in this area is not being rebuilt anymore. There's not a lot of land. The demographic of people my age, or between 55 and 65 or 70, is a big portion, and they're downsizing. Not necessarily their lifestyle, but the maintenance factor in their life. They'd like a lock and leave environment, but they want something different and unique. They want to travel. So the fact that the 3 partners in Mainline Rebuild all had historic renovation experience. And independently or together, they've all worked on these projects. So a lot of it was just timing. And then the sad fact that 150 churches are for sale in the Northeast Corridor gave us a product to work with. So, interesting environment.
So how do companies like Berkshire Hathaway interface with companies like Mainline Rebuild?
Well, most of them have a certain amount of support systems, but Berkshire Hathaway Home Services was the old Prudential Fox and Roach, which was, I think, had a number 3 in the United States in terms of market share. And having been aligned or purchased by Berkshire Hathaway, that impact has probably increased our support systems, whether they're software or individual staff members. So I feel very comfortable, whether it's advance, settlement, insurance, all the IT and software one could possibly imagine present. And it's really comforting.
Wow. So it sounds like it's a really great match, the two companies.
I think a lot of companies would love to provide the broadest range of vehicles or support systems, but Berkshire Hathaway has been absolutely terrific.
Yeah, that's great. So what are some of the issues and some of the opportunities that you're facing regarding the adaptation of such an old structure?
Well, I think the first one is that when you walk into a church that has been demoed interior, and it's 27,000 square feet, it's very difficult for anyone to sort of get their head around the fact that there's 6 units in this space. They're in different angles, different sizes, different levels. So
it's challenging to envision that.
I must admit that I had trouble in the very beginning because there's a learning curve on how to present in an understandable way. If it was, and people don't buy off floor plans necessarily, so you really have to be in the space, then go to floor plans, then go back out in the space. So it's different than the average presentation, if you will. Now, the issues, that's one issue. The opportunities are endless in that it's the most unique new residences in the area, and then we have a rather prominent position in this marketplace now, to the extent that we're getting calls saying, would you come see us to talk about our church? So, and not that we're going to be doing churches all the time, but at this time and place, it's kind of interesting.
So you can use some of the issues in this situation to your advantage.
Yeah, we'd certainly like to provide solutions, not problems. And because what we're doing is historic in many cases, but very solidly built, everything that we present inside to a buyer is new. You know, all the retrofitting is brand new.
So is there a certain way that you market Mainline Rebuild properties in a way that's either similar or different to the ones you do specifically with Berkshire Hathaway?
Well, I think we all, as agents, we all use essentially the same lineup of things, whether it's advertising, personal email groups, contact groups. But in this particular case, once you have one, which was Arbors Place, you had a following that came there and looked. And for whatever reason, it didn't work out for them. They said, oh, I understand you have another over here. And so we go to Athens, or Arbors at Athens. And then, oh, by the way, I'd rather be out in the country. So now we have Gladwin. So the term is cross-marketing, and it has helped enormously. Once one gets a reputation for doing this in this genre, adaptive reuse, I have lots of opportunities to, or different things to present to people.